I keep coming back to Surin Beach. For me, it's a good mix of calm and life. There are people around, food trucks and fruit stands behind the trees, but it's not as noisy or crowded as Patong or even Kamala. It gets busy here too, especially during peak season and around sunset. But the mood doesn't really change. It stays laid back and not too loud, and that's what I like about it. And best of all, my favorite beach is right next to it. Before going any further, there's something you should know about Surin Beach this year. In mid-December 2025, Thai police and local authorities cleared the beach of anything considered illegal use of public land. Sun chairs, umbrellas, food trucks, fruit stands, everything that had been set up on the sand. No chairs, no stalls. Even the only larger restaurant on the beachfront had to bring guests in from the back, because access from the beach side was closed. On one hand, it's good. The beach feels more open, more natural. Just sand, trees, and sea. You really notice how wide and clean it is when nothing is built on it. I do miss a little bit of what was there before. I liked being able to grab a coconut or some fruit without leaving the beach. But I would say it's better this way. Before I left, a small market near the parking lot behind the beach popped up. Whether that becomes permanent or not, we'll have to see. So, Surin right now is more natural than it's been in years. Calmer, cleaner, but also a bit more stripped back than before. Surin Beach sits on the west coast of Phuket, in the Choeng Thale area. It's about a 30-minute drive from the airport, or Patong, depending on traffic. There are no high-rise hotels built directly on the beach, so the shoreline still feels quite open. The beach is easy to reach, with parking just behind the trees. Surin has a calm, steady rhythm. Early mornings are quiet. A few locals walking, someone stretching or sitting under the trees. Closer to midday, more people turn up, mostly families and couples. This is not a party area. It gets busy, but it rarely feels chaotic. People come here to relax. You can sit under the trees for natural shade or rent a chair and umbrella, if the authorities hasn't cleared the beach. Water conditions at Surin Beach depend on both the tide and the season. At high tide, the water can get deep quite quickly. At other times, the slope is more gradual, though the beach is never especially shallow. It's worth paying attention before going in. During monsoon season, the sea can become rough and currents stronger, particularly around high tide. Red flags are common, and on those days, swimming is best kept close to shore or avoided altogether. When conditions are calm, Surin is mainly about swimming and relaxing. In the past, you would see jet skis, but with the beach now cleared and more tightly controlled, water sports are limited or absent. Most people come here to swim, sit in the shade, or walk along the sand. And the beach really lives up during sunsets. This is one of my favorite beaches, and I'm still hesitant about sharing it. Getting to Laem Singh is not difficult, but the heat can make it a challenge. The start is the hardest part, but it depends on the tide. During low tide, it's easier. I recommend doing the walk before lunch. At that time of day, you still get the advantage of shade along most of the path, which makes a big difference. Then walk back in the late afternoon, when the sun is lower and the heat isn't as intense anymore. Yes, there are boats transporting people here from Surin and Kamala, but the walk itself is beautiful and worth doing. The coastline, the rocks, and the changing views back towards Surin slow you down before you even reach the beach. You can also walk down a steep path from the road, but I've never seen anyone doing it. This is still a great beach, but compared to last year, it has changed. There are more people here now. A few sun chairs have been set up on the sand, and after authorities shut down unauthorized activities on Surin Beach, some of that activity seemed to shift here instead. At one point, a couple of jet skis were placed on the beach. I can feel the beach changing. It reminds me of places like Banana Beach and other spots around Phuket that started out simple and untouched. First a few chairs appear, then more people. Slowly, the character shifts. What made this beach special was how untouched it felt. The limited access. The small effort required to get here. That effort acted like a natural filter. I liked the fact that there was only one small, lonely restaurant there. I understand why development happens. Tourism keeps the island moving. But I hope Thailand doesn't try to develop every last place it can find. Some beaches are valuable, precisely because they're not optimized, not packaged, not easy. Laem Singh is still beautiful, still worth the walk. I just hope it stays that way. Surin Beach is not a party place. You don't come here for clubs or loud nights. There are a few bars and restaurants up in the area behind the beach, more or less along one main street. It's a simple stretch with some cheaper hotels, small restaurants, and places where you can have a drink without much fuss. Nothing fancy and nothing loud. What most people actually do here is much simpler. They come down to the beach around sunset, find a spot in the sand, and just stay. As the light fades, the beach empties slowly, not all at once. Some people bring a beer or a bottle of wine, others just sit and talk. That's really the rhythm of Surin. Relaxed days, quiet nights, and no pressure to turn either into something more. Surin Beach is not perfect, and it does get busy, but it keeps its calm energy. If you like beaches that are relaxed but still full of life, this is a place worth spending time.